Hello mathematical literacy learners, welcome to a revision lesson. We are going to be looking at question 2 from a paper that was written in June, DBE, in 2021. So yeah, let's do that. A dental procedure, e.g. a crown implant, is performed by a dentist. Annexure A shows a quotation for a dental procedure for Miss Mpho Hendricks. Note, a crown is a dental cap which completely covers a tooth. Use Annexure A to answer. Here is Annexure A. So now if we look at Annexure A, it says the quotation. So this is a financial document. Remember the first term has the very first topic in term 1 is financial documents. Well, here's one of them. Okay, so we're going to look at we're going to study the document first. I noticed there it says ABC Medical Center, so that will be the practice and the practice number and the street phone number and email address where you can contact them. Then it has a date. So this financial document has a date on it, and the procedure that was done was a crown by a dentist called Dr. J.J. Ndlovu. Now, Miss Mpho Hendricks is the client, and this is her number that they allocated her for the account, and her ID number and her cell phone number. She is covered with a medical aid from GEMS and membership number and department number. Okay, they didn't give us that. So now here is a description with their codes. Infection control measure, which was 40 Rand. They did twice those. And sterilized instrumentation, which was 1 for 56 Rand and 20 cents. Local anesthetics, crown, and then they totaled everything, which is 1,744 Rands and 75 cents. And the total, including VAT, is 1,744 Rands and 75 cents. So then the medical aid payment. The medical aid paid everything, and the patient paid nothing, right? Okay, so now let's go back to the questions. The first question says, write down the name of the dentist who is treating Miss Mpho. Now, I can't remember the name, but I do remember it was there. It's Dr. J.J. Ndlovu. See how wonderful these questions are? These questions are so wonderful. So the answer there is Dr. J.J. Ndlovu. State the year in which Mpho was born. Now, if you go back to the document, it has an ID number. We're starting with 82, which means Mpho was born in not 2082, but instead 1982. Just warming up questions, really. Write down the amount that Mpho has to pay when the dental procedure is done. Mpho has to pay no money. There's nothing that she will pay. So the amount is 0 rands. And then it says, calculate the total amount excluding 15% VAT. Okay, now let's come back to the document. The document says that this amount here includes VAT. So VAT is already here. We cannot multiply by 15%. Remember I said that in the lesson. If VAT is already included, you cannot multiply this amount by 15%. But instead, you're going to try and remove VAT from this. Okay, so now let's try and remove VAT. How do we remove VAT? We divide by, okay. So what we're going to say is we're going to say the amount which is going to be excluding VAT is equal to, we take the amount that including VAT and we say 1,744.75 and we multiply to include VAT, we divide to exclude VAT. Remember that? So this time we are going to divide because we're trying to remove VAT. Divide by what? Remember, it's 100% plus 15%. We're going to divide by 115%. So 115% is 1,15, right? So we're going to divide by 1,15. If you haven't watched the lesson on VAT, please watch it. This will make more sense. The answer is 1,517 rands and 17 cents. Last question is calculate the price of one infection control measure. Now, if you look at there, it says infection control measure quantity 2, and therefore it's all 40 rands and 55 cents. So now what we're going to do is we're going to say 2.1.5, and we say for one tooth is equal to, and we're going to take the amount for 2 teeth, and we're going to separate it into 2 or cut it into 2, and it's going to give us the piece for 1, and that is 40.55 divided by 2. That gives me 20 rands and 28 cents. I rounded off to 2 decimal places because it's money.